Hello again, guys. Welcome back to the channel. We are here once again for another experiment, and I am bringing to you the shortest team in the world. We have got the team with the lowest height in the game at 150 centimeters, I believe it is. And we're just going to simulate through their careers. We know height doesn't have a massive overall effect in the match engine because it's all about certain attributes, but those attributes are actually very low down as well, and they won't progress because of their height. That is something we've discovered on the channel in the past. So today, we've got York City, the smallest squad, and we're going to simulate through their careers. Let's get into it. As mentioned, it's York City, and as you can see here, their height is 150 centimetres. And we've got a new batch of regen faces, new gen faces, mid-journey faces. Here we go. And now we always do 90 current ability, 200 potential ability, and yeah, people say, meh, bit too strong, the 200. Today I've gone for 75 current ability and 180 potential ability. And I'll tell you why, because they're all fairly professional. They probably will make it to 180. And 180 is definitely good enough to win the league. So will height have a factor or come into play as we progress through this experiment? As you can see, they've all got a future transfer. If you're new around here, we have a future transfer locked in at 2045 when the players will be 39 years old. They're 17 to begin with. I would like to make them younger and make them 15 sometimes, but because of the youth contract system on this Football Manager, it sort of glitches out. So I have to make them 17 so they've got a pro contract. Even if you go into the editor and put pro contract, the game, when you load it up, does its own thing. So, for anyone who's been wondering why they're all 17 and on previous Football Managers they were all 15 or 16, that is why. A peek behind the curtain. So yeah, 17 years old, 150 centimetres, 180 potential ability, 75 current ability, transfers to Saudi Arabia, and as ever, a transfer ban until 2045. So York City will not be able to buy anyone, they'll just be stuck with a short-arse squad. That's about it. All we've got to do now is check the media prediction and see where the media think they're going to finish. And the media, wow, think they're going to finish 22nd. Well, ordinarily, we do see the team in the top sort of few positions based on the attribute or whatever. But that's when they've got 90 current ability. They've actually got 75 current ability. So yeah, they could get relegated. I've not even got it loaded. In fact, this could be a travesty. Don't get relegated, York. Let's go to 2024 and see if this experiment will ever see the light of day. Crisis averted. They finished 7th. They did finish 7th. Now, that's probably because during the course of the season, they improved from 75 current ability to whatever. They missed out on the playoffs, unfortunately. No, the playoffs. They got into the playoffs. 7th is in the playoffs, isn't it? Yeah, it is. Oh, losing out to Aldershot in the semi-final, unfortunately. Beating Altrincham, though, in the first round. Neil Ardley is still in charge here at York, and there we go. So as you can see, we have managed to get to over 100 for quite a few players. And considering that's a jump of York left back has jumped 30 attribute points, which to be perfectly honest is phenomenal in a singular season. He played 38 times, but 30 attribute points in one season, that is insane. And of course, between 17 and 18, a few of them have had a little growth spurt. We've got 151 and 152 for a few players. Still, quite a few of them are sat at 150. But yeah, quite a few have got over 100. We've got a few in the 90s, most of them in the 90s to be fair, and a couple of them in the 80s. Even York Cam 2, who hasn't played all season, has improved 10 attribute points, which you got to say is pretty impressive. So the chances of them actually getting to 180 is very, very strong in my personal opinion. I like how the goalkeepers have both sort of kept pace with each other. Goalkeeper 1 is at 96, goalkeeper 2 is at 98. Is that because they've both been playing? He played 36 times. He played 19. 8 off the bench. Madness. In terms of the season preview, well, now the media think we're going to finish first. And you can see here that we've actually got every single player in the Media Dream 11 except Jake Young for Bradford City. However, he is wanted by Chesterfield and Peterborough, so he might be moving up the leagues. Even our wingers been retrained to play right and left midfield. What formation do York currently play? It's a bog standard 4-4-2 for Neil Ardley. A lot of the players are in the international scene for England under 19s, as you can see here. Most of them are on the bench. But there's not a lot really to look in on. First season was a relative success. The team in itself has improved quite well. Now it's time to get promoted. Will they get promoted? Well, we'll soon see. Oh, and they did. They've gone up as champions, ladies and gentlemen. 98 points. Bradford City in second on 79, level with Halifax. Oldham on 78, so it's a very tight playoff region. And AFC filled. Clydefield finished in 6th, won the playoffs, and they've been promoted. We are promoted top of the league, 93 goals scored. However, Tony Weston for Crawley was the top goal scorer. York centre forward 2 and 3, both with 21 goals apiece. And there you have it. We're in League 1. We're in League 2. In League 2 at the second time of asking, which is very impressive considering where we started. In terms of the senior squad, we've moved up. The jump has been considerably muted, hasn't it? It's not 30 anymore for York left back. It's just another 15 now. He's at 120. So we are now really motoring on, and loads of players in the 1-teams. And every single player in this first team squad is in the 100 or above bracket. Unfortunately, there will be a couple in the under 18s, I would expect. Yeah, Cam 2 and left back 1. We're both in the 90s. Disappointing. Well, we are in League 2, and at this level, I'd probably say we're maybe favourites to go up. We'll see what the media think. Yeah, 1-91. Yeah, the entire team is in the Media Dream 11. Bar a centre-back, it is Josh Grant. Josh Grant is the only one infiltrating the Media Dream 11 who is not a York City player. So I'm expecting us to go up, so we'll move on to 2026. Before we do that, I'm not going to ask you to subscribe to the channel. If you want to, you can. But what I'm going to ask you is if you can drop a like on the video, because quite often, most of my videos at the minute are not being pushed out as much. They are being standard 7 out of 10s. They are performing in terms of likes, comments, and everything else as good as ever in terms of proportion to views, but the views are just drying up a bit. Now, I'm wondering, is it thumbnails, less clickability, but the click-through rate's good? All the metrics seem to be okay, but YouTube is just not pushing my channel as much as it was back in December when it went into the stratosphere. So, here's a test. Could we, as a team, like the video and disproportionately like this video compared to other videos and see if it gives it that little shove on? I appreciate your efforts and your commitments to the channel. On to 2026 we go then. Well, we have arrived, ladies and gentlemen. We are the league champions again, 102 points to Morecambe 76. 97 goals scored. The top goal scorer, well, look at that. It's a clean sweep for the York centre forwards. We've got 45 games and 28 goals for centre forward 1, 26 and 41 for centre forward 3, and centre forward 2, 17 and 34. Now, that is a long way back, 17 from the top 2. To still be in third place. A low scoring season for everyone else. 28 for York centre forward 1. Absolutely brilliant. And look at that. 16s here. He's done very well. He's at 153 centimetres. And he's up at 129 current ability. Well, we are going to move and look at the squad right now. And there we go. 130 for 3 players. 120s for quite a few of them. We are slowing down in terms of the progression. Left back's only improved 8 attribute points, as you can see. And quite a few of them are not progressing that much because they're not really playing. Everyone's improved. Everyone's grown. Quite a few have grown now from the 150. There's only a handful still at 150. Most of them are up at 152, 153. If we look at the weight, most of them in the 50s, 50, 50, 51, and then some of them up in 70. Like, it's 72 kilos for right back 1. Now you'd think, oh, he's probably muscle, right? He's probably a strong boy. 5 strength. So he's just a fat bastard, isn't he? He's just been eating the pies. I don't get the disparity. 20 kilos is insane. I think 50 kilos is probably a bit light, but then if you're about 4'11", 5'1", 5'2", that's probably not too bad, is it? Yeah, probably not too bad. 70 odd kilos, what's that? In stone? I don't know. What's the point of even converting it? I don't even understand what that means. We're in League 1. Anyway, we're in League 1. Players are improving reasonably well. Season preview, 1-91 again. Of course, the media prediction is 1-91 in terms of the odds. So champions again, we expect. Cooper and Turnbull are in the Media Dream 11. Everyone else is from York City. Because 2027 then. Once again, 100 points broken. Once again, league champions. 101 points to 82 of Cardiff. That's 19 points won the league by. Actually, 23 points being promoted by because Millwall were down in... Oh, no, sorry. Huddersfield. It's 21 points they were promoted by. Huddersfield, yeah, there they were. 95 goals when everyone else is in the 60s and 50s. So, top goal scorers. Oh, not quite a clean sweep. But it was a top 2 for centre forward 1 and 3 once again, 26 and 25 respectively. 21 for Ryan Sorry, Ryan. You'd think it'd be an easy name to say. 2 M's, an A, and a double E. But me. Sounds like bloody, what's his name off South Park? Okay. Topical reference. In terms of the squad, well, 143 for the goalkeeper. 137 seems to be the outfield cap in League One. Maybe. Quite a lot of them in the 130s. Loads in the 130s, actually. Then we drop all the way down from 131 to 120. This is where you see players not playing. These are the players that are not playing. 120, 115, just over the hundreds, and then 96. York left back 1, 96. He's played 37 times, to be fair. Just not much. Now, for those of you familiar with the channel and been here before, you know the Championship can be a sticking point. Well, the media thinks we are going to finish in second place. Bournemouth and Palace are making up the majority of the Media Dream 11. And understandably so. You've got Alex Scott here, who, it's 23. He should not be playing in the Championship. And I'll be honest with you, I don't think he will be. He's wanted by Wolves. Is someone better than Wolves? I mean, no offence, Wolves, but is someone better than Wolves not wanting Alex Scott, a 164 current ability player with a 172 potential? It offends me because I love Alex Scott from last FM and this FM, even though I'm not playing in the game as much as I'd like to. Still in Season 2 with Leeds. I don't know if I'll ever finish Season 2. I will. But anyway, 9-4 are the odds. Will we get promoted? Do you know what? I don't think so. I think we're going to miss out on promotion this season. Like we do a lot of times in these experiments. I think the Championship next season will be our season. But we're going to go to 2028 regardless and see how we're getting on. Oof. Ninth. Deary me, I'm not impressed at that. I mean, just a 1 goal difference as well. Defensively, we were a shambles, ladies and gentlemen. And look who's in charge. It's Ruud van Nistelrooy. Because Neil hardly got sacked. Why did he get sacked? Due to the club's poor league position. I'll be honest with you, that's unfortunate for Neil. He got sacked on the 23rd of October, which would have been here after the Bournemouth game, where they won 3 games all season and drawn 3. So that's what, 12 points? And how many games is that? So 4 wins. 14 games, 15 points. Okay, so that's relegation form. That is relegation form. I can understand why they might have wanted to get rid of him and make a change. Although he didn't really pick up that much for Ruud, to be honest. He won the first game against Luton. Actually, he didn't. He didn't come in straight away, did he? We had an interim manager for 20-odd days. Ruud van Nistelrooy would have come in on the 24th of the 11th, which would have been here, the day after the West Brom game. And then he started with a draw against Hull, a win against Birmingham, a couple of close defeats, then 3 undefeated with one of them being a win. Don't worry about the FA Cup, Ruud. Lost to Blackpool, but then the month league form was unbeaten in January. 2 draws and 2 wins. Two defeats in February, but he did get 3 wins during that month as well. Then March undefeated, and only lost once in the last 2 months of the season against Hull with 3 draws and 6 wins. So he did very well to get them up to now, to be fair. Ruud van Nistelrooy has done a bit of a sterling job. Where has Ruud been? He was at Brighton and he was unemployed for quite a while. Sacked as manager of Brighton, and he's been unemployed for ages. In terms of the squad, we've got York goalkeeper 2 at 152, and again, it looks like we've hit a cap of ability due to the competition of the league, / facilities / other things as well. 145 is the current ability for 7 players. Seems very coincidental, doesn't it, that they've all got to that level. 144 for the right back 2, and then loads in the 140s. Few in the high 130s, and then we do jump down to the 120s. I think the lack of game time for these players down here is going to be a cause for concern as we keep moving through the experiment. At 22 years old, though, are we going to hit 180? Yeah. Still got 5 or 6 years improvement. 7 years, 29. What, 40-ish attribute points? Like 6 a season. 1 every 2 months. Yeah, that's doable. That's so doable, isn't it? In terms of the weight has remained consistent for most of the players, was either low 50s or 70s. Like a 20 kilo difference between them. There's no in between. There's no one at 60 kilos who's halfway. Unsure why. Well, what do the media think we're going to do this season? Well, look at that. 10 to 11, and quite a few of the players are in the Media Dream 11 now. So, are we going up? I'd like to think so. I do want to see if Alex Scott left Bournemouth. Nope. Alex Scott is still at Bournemouth. He played there all season. No one came in for him. On the Championship, probably could have got him for about 40-50 million. And he would have been a steal at that. Anyway, favourites for the Championship. Ruud van Nistelrooy's at the wheel. York Winger 4 is now an icon. The only player to be an icon so far. York Community Stadium needs to be improved. 8,500 capacity is not good enough. The facilities need to be improved as well, but it is what it is. Let's move to 2029 and see if we actually got promoted. Oh my God, we didn't. We finished 7th. Ruud van Nistelrooy is going to be sacked. Yeah, David Wagner's now in charge. Ruud van Nistelrooy got sacked. He's now unemployed. Sacked as manager of York. Don't even give us a reason. In April, sacked. Oh, Ruud. Rudy. David Wagner's been here for 14 days. Look at that. 146. So was it 145 last time? Or was it 146? Anyway, they've improved another attribute point, which this has been stuck in the championship now is really stunting their growth. And excuse the pun of the short players, but that was completely unintentional. But they that could be the nail in the coffin. Not getting promoted that season. The 23, they're going to be 24 when they get into the Premier League. If they get into the Premier League this next season, they might stagnate. If they're not going to improve from 146, 153 for the goalkeeper. Season preview, 7-5 on. Loads in the Media Dream 11 again, but not overtaking it. Go to 2030. Oh, we're third. Missing out in the playoffs. What happened in the playoffs then? Losing 1-0 in the final to Fulham. David Wagner's keeping his job. Brian Zaragoza in the 56th minute. Disappointing for York, and they've moved up to 147. So we've hit a bit of a wall in terms of the chaps' progression, and we've lost many seasons where they've not really improved. So 180's off the table now. Trophies are probably off the table. Did I start them off too low? Well, we're going to do height in terms of the tall team with exactly the same parameters, and then we might do a versus. We might start them off a bit better on. Who knows? Maybe start them off in Van Rom National League South and North. Woohoo! Who knows? Who knows? We will go with the flow and see how things progress. But yeah, there's not a lot really to check in on. Season preview, 11-10. They think we're going to win the league again. Are we? Yes, we are, apparently. 99 points to Swansea in second on 90. So maybe just the squad just rounded out a bit better and just continue to improve. David Wagner's still in charge. And we've moved up to 150 and 149s, 148s. 25 years old now. When's their birthday? 1st to 6th. It's the 1st to 7th. Yeah, so they just turned 25. So we've still got about 3-4 years worth of progression. 180 is possible. It is still possible for a few of them. Goalkeeper 2, 100% possible. I'm surprised he's not already in the England team. 166 he is. Unai Emery's in charge. The goalkeepers are currently Aaron Ramsdale at 151. Even his potential ability at 160 is nowhere near. Aaron Ramsdale at Everton? Excuse me. Well then, lots in the 140s. Got a good sort of base and a couple in the 130s. These guys aren't really going to do much in the league for them, sadly. Preview states 12th. So it's amazing that we were struggling to get out of the league, out of the championship, but then we come out of the championship and it's like straight away you're going to be 12th. Clear of safety, clear of relegation, nice and safe. Oh, here's Oscar Sanchez, a world-class goalkeeper, regen, 179. Pretty good. Pretty good indeed. Jamal Musiala is at Liverpool. How much was he bought for? Just 107 million. I've seen him go for over 200 million in these experiments. Anyway, 12th, the media think. So we're going to go 1 year. I'm just going to see if we do survive. We did 16th, not the 12th that the media thought, but 16th is good enough. 33 points. 12th was 45 points. We were actually quite a far away. Do you know what? We actually only 1 point away from relegation, and our goal difference was so much worse. Minus 39. Who was down there with us? Burnley and Hull. Burnley lost, Hull lost, and we lost the final day. Burnley, Hull drew there. We lost to Wolves. Burnley lost. A draw against Liverpool. Didn't do too badly, did it? Well, Danny Cowley is in charge. We've lost David Wagner. He got sacked, probably due to the club's poor league position. Sacked as manager of York with relegation looming large in January. He's now the USA manager, but relegation was not largely loomed as Danny Cowley managed to help them get out of the relegation zone. I mean, he didn't have a great end to the season, did he? Only the one win here against Man City and a draw against Liverpool. Lots of defeats. But it was the February form that I think got them through. He came in and we had a win against Newcastle, United, a draw against Southampton and a win against Brighton. Probably just enough points. Then with the Man City and Liverpool just took them over the edge. So, yeah. Look at that, a month of draws in November. So the players, well, they're in the 150s. They've actually accelerated quite nicely in that season that we've just been away. And the season preview says 12th again. So yeah, safe. So on we go to 2033. This time we finished 11th, so we have actually exceeded our media prediction expectation. Danny Cowley is a manager and a half I believe, 54 years old. Who is Danny Cowley? He's the current manager of either Portsmouth or Colchester. Can't work out who. Colchester, I think. Think so. Anyway, in terms of the players, well, look at that. Up in the 160s for a few of them. They're closing in. The odd cap as well for England here and there. 21 for the goalkeeper. And we're in 2033. Ooh, the media think 11th. Let's go 2 years now. So we were 11th last time we were here. Chelsea winning the league, incidentally. And 11th again. Chelsea also winning the league. Europa League football for Norwich finishing 17th, but avoiding relegation by 5 points. But we are 2 times in a row we were 11th. And we've improved by 1 position. We're now in 10th. Chelsea winning the league again. That's present day. Season preview, 12th. So we are... Niko Kovac is in charge. Danny Cowley got sacked. That's unfortunate. Due to the club's poor league position. And we've not improved in the last couple of years. So at 29 years old, we have sort of stagnated in the early 160s and the high 150s, which is disappointing, really. Did I start them too late? Is the fact that they didn't have 200 potential ability, stunt their growth somewhat? These are all questions for other experiments that maybe I can try and work out the answer to. I'm not too sure. But 2035, with sort of mid-table obscurity now, can we just avoid relegation and stay in the Premier League? I think that's got to be the main aim. The finances are not there for the prize money because we've not got into Europe at all. 2040 is where we're going. So we finished 10th in the 34-35 season, and the following year we finished 10th again. Chelsea again winning the league. So you'd expect you would have been forgiven for confusing that with the same season. The following season after that, 36-37, Newcastle won the league on 76 points, a very low points total. We slipped down to 11th, which is not boding well. Stayed in 11th, so we are just so mid-table it hurts at the minute. 10th, 11th. And in the 38-39, down in 14th. And the players will be 33 here and starting to decline from average at best. So we are going to be looking at relegation. By 2045, we're going to be relegated. Well, we were relegated in 2040. 2 wins all season, 18 points. Who's in charge? Dejan Stankovic. Who's been in charge? John Terry was here for over 3 years. Sacked as manager of York. No trophies. Didn't get his chance to get the full kit on old John Terry. And the players, well, they're still in the 150s. They've held on to their ability quite well. It's just disappointing that they've dropped so far down. And look at this. A relegation team. So, with so many of them in the England squad. I mean, England, the managers. Stankovic has been in England as well. They've not won anything in this entire experiment. I tell you who's not even been thought about. He's still here, though. Oh, my God. He's one of the latest Ralph watchers in history. It's Ralph Hasenhüttl, who's been at Austria for 8 years. And where's he been? He went to Palace for a couple of years. Middlesbrough for 3 after a year off. And then a year off again, Birmingham for a season. And then he left to become the manager of Austria. And he's been there since 2032. He's 72 years old. And we have snuck a Ralph watching at the death, ladies and gentlemen. I bet you lot thought I'd forgot. I had forgot, to be fair. I didn't expect him to still be there. But the fact he is still there means we can enjoy it all the more. Right. No one's won anything with England. It's been rubbish. And that's because the team isn't great. Now, 150s and 160s are good players. They shouldn't be getting relegated, in my opinion. Is height that much of an issue? We will be seeing the complete same team with their max height, although the jumping reach is low. So the attributes might be varied, but they will start off with 75 current ability. So yeah, we will be seeing a comparison, see if height does that make that much of a difference in terms of wonderkid progression, as well as, it's all everything in moderation. Short and tall players, if you got mixed into the squad, it probably doesn't make that much difference. When all one, makes a huge difference. Anyway, we're in the championship. What do the media think? They think playoffs. Go to 2045 then, before they all leave. So, of course, in 2039-40, we were not here in the championship. We got relegated. And the first season in the championship, we managed to finish in 4th, just missing out on promotion. Now, do you think we're going to get relegated from the championship? I do. I've not checked. I don't know if we did. I didn't look. When I came here, I came straight to the championship and went stages without looking at the league. Do you think we got relegated? I'm saying yes, we're going to be in League 1. I don't think we're going down to League 2. Make your predictions. I've been wrong before, and I'll be wrong again. But we're 15th in the 41-42 season, which is not good. Europa League football for Sunderland. What happened there then? That's a Conference League win from the Championship, isn't it? No. That's an FA Cup win from the Championship. Lautaro Martinez is in charge of Sunderland. I mean, let that sink in. It was Phil Neville. Phil Neville won the FA Cup with Sunderland from the Championship, yeah, and now he's the manager of Denmark. Declan Rice has been in charge for 53 days, and he got sacked. What the hell happened to Declan Rice? Hired a Sunderland manager in November. He was gone by mid-Jan, sacked after losing confidence in the dressing room. It only took him a couple of months, actually, to get another job. Probably bottom of the table Swansea, and he got relegated. And then he's sacked because he couldn't improve their financial situation. And now he's Portsmouth manager. His first job in management lasted 53 days. Declan. I thought that was a caretaker position to begin with. And I wonder what his job was. Anyway, Lautaro Martinez is in charge of Sunderland. He's been in charge of United and Bournemouth. Okay, so we're 15th. We're going to get relegated. And, we've just avoided it by 7 points. So 7 points clear of relegation. But we've still got 2 seasons to go. There we go. Bottom of the table. And 44-45 then. Oh my God. Back-to-back relegations. 44-45. We're in 23rd. 42 points. Ahead of Swansea. League 2 then. £813 million in the bank. So they've got a lot of money. Tom Edwards was sacked after 77 days. Hired in November. Sacked in January. Due to the club's poor league position. I suppose because when they went down, they weren't expected to go down too far. I mean, look at this. 120. Loads have dropped under 100. Look at these down in 68, 67. They've really fallen off the face of the earth. Not great. Not great for the short players. We've had a mare. We're back in League 2. 800 million, though, in League 2. We have simulated forward. I mean, there's no point checking in on Ballon d'Ors or anything, is there? They've not won any trophies. Let's go to where I've simmed up to and see if they managed to recover. Even though they were a league ahead of where they were at the start, let's go forward and see if they managed to get back up a few leagues. It's 2064, we're coming back in, so it's 19 years into the future, and they're not in the Premier League. Man City have been on a bit of a tear. Bournemouth in second. No one out of the ordinary winning it. Newcastle, Leicester have had a bit of a spell. Leicester winning quite a few. Did they have the perfect manager locked at the club? Go and check that video out. What a lot of fun that was. Sunderland up here getting Europa League football again. And look at that. We are defeated in the playoff semi-finals, finishing 3rd. So let's have a look at the competitions then. Domestic league. So we were last here and we went down into League 2 here in 24, 45, 46. And then we finished 19th, nearly going down again. But the money spoke. They managed to recover 2nd in the league, going up automatically. Then 6th getting into the playoffs, not going up. But then in 3rd, and then it was a few years of the Championship, scrabbling against relegation, building themselves up to the point where we've actually had our best season since all the players were there and they got to the Premier League, finishing 3rd, 85 points, and going forward, I think they'd probably be in quite a good position. They've still got £335 million in the bank as well. They've got a stadium of 25,000 capacity. Quite a few players are icons. No one's a legend. No one's in favoured personnel. The shortest team did not do very well, ladies and gentlemen. We will be back for the tallest team, and I'd love to hear any feedback on some of these experiments and any ideas for future ones, because I'm all ears and I love playing around with some of the formats. But try and make it logical and logistical. I'm not very good with the in-game editor or pre-game editor. So some of you guys are going, try this, and this. Merge 17 leagues together and all this. I can't do that. I'm an idiot. I shout at a microphone and make mistakes all the time. I'm not competent. I am incompetent. That's the word. Well, drop a like on the video for this shambles of a video. Again, we're doing that test. If you haven't liked the video and you're still here, come on, just help me out. And then you don't have to do anything I ever say ever again. But do subscribe, please, and come back and all that jazz. And yeah, outro. See you soon. Take care of yourselves. Watch this video. Subscribe, like, comment, algorithm me. See you soon.